I'm Jim with Real Estate E-Broker, and today we're going to talk about buying versus renting and the perks of home ownership. And the first thing I want to do is share with you a website called rentometer.com. It's all one word, rentometer.com. And what you can do is go in there and plug in the zip code in the area you want to live, the number of bedrooms you'd like to have in the home you want to occupy, and hit search. It's going to come back with a map showing you all the properties that are rented in that zip code, and also it's going to break down for you the median rent in that zip code for the 3-bedroom, the average rent for a 3-bedroom in that zip code, the high end, the low end, and all that. And you can actually click on the individual properties and find out where the higher rents are and the lower rents are for that 3-bedroom in that zip code. It's a very user-friendly website. I use it all the time for people that are maybe going to buy an investment property, rent out, or whatever. Give it a quick look and get a feel for the market. So the numbers I ran today are for the Ventura and Ojai area, 3-bedroom rents for $2,122 a month on average. Excuse me. Owning that property, the average mortgage payment on that property runs $1,965, including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So at the end of the day, it's about $200 a month less expensive to own it than it is to rent it, which right there, shows that home ownership makes really, really good sense. But let's drill those numbers down even further and look at, some of the things that really give teeth to home ownership versus renting. First thing you want to look at is, how's my wealth going to improve being a homeowner versus a renter? Right now, on average, if you take all the renters and all the homeowners on a national level, the family net worth of a homeowner is 45.9 times greater than the net worth of a renter. So right there speaks to, wow, you really can create a lot of wealth, a lot of equity in your assets by home ownership versus renting. The second thing you want to look at is the tax benefits. The mortgage interest deduction. You can write off your property taxes and save, on average, about $4,000 a year in taxes you don't have to pay the IRS. You can write off your property taxes. That right there is about another $1,000 a year in taxes you don't have to pay the IRS. So you take the mortgage interest deduction, saves you about $4,000 a year in taxes you don't have to pay the IRS. You put that in your pocket. You write off your property taxes. That'll save you about $1,000 a year in taxes you don't have to pay the IRS. You put that in your pocket. That's $5,000. So keep that number in mind. The next thing, and frequently overlooked, is the appreciation of the asset, the home. So let's say you buy a home on an FHA loan with 3.5% down. It's a $350,000 purchase price with 3.5% down. That down payment is $10,675. So you can invest $10,675, and now you're the owner of an asset worth $350,000. As that asset appreciates, say 3% per year, $350,000, it goes up 3%, that's $10,500 in appreciation on that asset, and you put on the table $10,675 in down payment to acquire that asset. It appreciates 3%. It's now grown $10,500. You just doubled your money. That's pretty impressive. And as that asset continues to appreciate, it's just your equity is going to grow and grow and grow and grow over time. And that's where significant, net worth is created in owning real estate. I think between those three things, the mortgage interest deduction, property tax deduction, and most importantly, the asset appreciation, you add all that together, just in this particular instance, the first year, you've got over $15,000 in net worth growth in your particular situation versus a renter who spends $2,122 a month in rent. They're throwing away, I just ran the number, they're throwing away $25,456 over that same year, where your assets are growing at about a rate of about $15,000 a year. So if you look at the spread between the two, it's humongous. So anyway, home ownership obviously makes very good sense. Interest rates are part of that. Home prices are still really great. Home affordability index is still extremely high. Great time to jump in if you can. If you want to talk more about that, crunch those numbers and see what might make sense for you, give us a shout. We're at ovhomesearch.com. Again, it's ovhomesearch.com. Love to crunch the numbers with you. That's half the fun of this game, is crunching numbers. And give us a shout. We'll look forward to helping you out.